Hello. I've been wanting to make this video for years. years. Um, so I'm gonna make it, I guess. I feel kind of awkward, but let's go with it. I've written a post on Tumblr about this, and I've said it a bunch of times, but I feel very weird about that. I feel like I should have made a video or a face-to-face kind of, not face-to-face, but that you could see my face and you could see the person that said these words and have it come out into the ether. But this is going to be about what else is my blog basically dedicated to besides theater, VGA. I've literally wanted to say this for so long on camera because I know I'm trying to get to a meetup of yours. It is very difficult. I recently graduated college, well, a 2-year college, and that doesn't leave you with a lot of money. And I had a lot of financial aid and all this stuff, and I had a job and everything, and I have a lot of money, but I'm trying to save up for a car. Anyway, blah, 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 whatever. So here I am, 20 years old, and I've been watching VGA since the beginning. I remember when the first episode came out because I used to watch Awesome Video Games and The Little Buzzards. I remember when the first video came out, and I remember watching it, and I remember obsessing over it, and I loved this new setup that they did because it felt a little bit more personal, and I finally had like a group of people on YouTube that I actually really liked. A lot of the people I would just be like, meh, they're okay. This is cool. I'll watch 1 or 2 videos. But no, with the VGA, I had to watch like every single video or else I was like not satisfied. And I remember waiting for them to post another video. But just some backstory on me so you understand my story a little bit more. I was diagnosed, not officially, but as a ongoing testing procedure because it takes a long time to diagnose, but they're about 95% sure that I have this, with Sjogren's syndrome. I think my last year of middle school, they really started thinking it was Sjogren's. And that is an autoimmune disease that affects your moisture cells and kind of like sucks out the moisture from your body. So I'm always thirsty. In my room, I'm just looking around. I have a water cup there, 2 empty water bottles. I had an empty water bottle on this thing. And right now I have, my Diet Coke, because Diet Coke. And yeah, so I'm always thirsty. It makes me very susceptible to the sun. That's why I'm so pale, besides also being Irish. And yeah, it's a sucky thing. It makes you sick a lot. It makes you very tired. I sleep a lot. That's a lot of my daily activity is sleeping when I have the days off, at least. Otherwise, I make sure I get up and such. I don't know why I'm doing this. So yeah, that sucks. It's gotten better over the years because I've learned how to deal with it. But back then, forget about it. I didn't know what was going on. I felt so sick. I mean, sometimes, like, your whole body just feels dehydrated and you don't know what to do because you're drinking water and you're just excessively, like, liquids and moisturizers on your skin and trying. And then there's just sometimes where your stomach, of course, when you don't have any water in your stomach or, like, any moisture in your stomach, you can start feeling things. Like, I could feel food down my throat because there's not a lot of moisture to slick it down, and you could feel it like stabbing and ripping and blah, blah, blah. It's not fun. It's not a fun thing to have at all. Second of all, I have really bad anxiety. Not so much depression anymore. Depression I've kind of gotten over, but I still have some anxiety. Not as bad as it was because I've learned how to deal with it. But oh my god. The only way I can explain anxiety to someone who does not have anxiety is like, when you get faced with something that makes you anxious, you feel like something, like there's just a wall. Like, you feel like a wall comes down. And I remember sitting there, like, I'd be anxious and I'd be trying to do homework. And I'd look at the question. And, you know, in school, I knew exactly how to do this question. I knew what to do, and I knew how to do it, and blah, 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 blah. But when you have anxiety, sometimes, when you get this wall, you're looking down at the question, and your brain doesn't comprehend it. And that's the weirdest thing for me with my anxiety, is when you're looking at something you completely understand, and you can't get your brain to process it. Like, you're looking at it, and you're thinking, and you can't put words on paper, or you can't do that math problem because there's just this wall of nerves in front of you. I'd get anxiety from anything. Like, I'd just be sitting there and get anxiety. And I'd start thinking about all these horrible things. And you don't know what's going on. And that was terrifying growing up. I mean, imagine just sitting there and then all of a sudden thinking, what if my mom got hit by a car today? What if that's why she's not answering my calls when she's really, like, in a meeting or something? What if I die right now? Blah, 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 blah. And I was always having to deal with that. And it was, frankly, terrible. And then, of course, because of all this stuff I had wrong with me, I wasn't very popular in school. Not at all. I got bullied terribly from 8th grade until I graduated. Because I was an easy target. I mean, I had anxiety, and I was a little bit weird, and I had this sickness that no one heard of, so of course they were going to make up rumors, and blah, blah, blah. I got death threats. I had people telling me they wanted me to kill myself. They wanted that for a birthday present, is to hear that I was dead. Because people are wonderful. But it was this constant thing. Like, all of these old friends just started turning on me, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. I'm just here, being sick and getting overweight and not being happy. I had one friend by the end of high school that I still am friends with today, and he is wonderful, except we did try to hang out with him today, me and my other friend, and he was just like, yeah, but he's like my brother. Anyway, just so you have all that backstory. I was in high school when VGA came out, and it was the first time in a while I had actually laughed. It was so good to laugh, because there was just not a lot to laugh about. There was just all this stuff going on. I mean, besides, the regular teenager things, I had all this other stuff. My aunt, in my 10th grade year, was diagnosed with cancer. It was stage 3 colorectal cancer. She's in remission today, but they say she has to stay on chemo the rest of her life. But she's doing better, so yay! She's growing her hair back too. It looks really nice. So I was just like, and my aunt also was like a second mother to me. I was very close to her, very, very close. It was just all this stuff piling, and then I get these Canadian idiots. I say that in a very loving way. These Canadians just sitting there and being hilarious, and I finally feel like there's a little bit of happiness, and it was the weirdest feeling, but the best weird feeling you could ever have. And I stuck with them. I watched the live shows. I was there. I remember there was one live show. It was the Minecraft one, the Under the Sea Minecraft one. Minecraft. I can't speak. And they were talking about 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and I accidentally said 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Fraser's like, oh, I don't know how many leagues under the sea. And then I had finally got the courage up to tell Fraser the story in a condensed version. But he gave me free turbo for inspiring him, and I never knew someone who was like as generous as that. Or he was just like the sweetest person. And if you've seen me at all on Tumblr, like when people get mad at Fraser, I get really defensive because I feel like Fraser is a person that I can really identify with. I identify with Fraser a lot. I identify with a lot of them, but I mean, he is just the nicest person I've ever met. Every time I've talked to him, like through emails or just through like comments and stuff, he has been so nice, and it makes me like have hope in people, actually, because you get a lot of these stories where these internet celebrities are kind of like assholes in real life. And Fraser's not that. Fraser's hilarious. Fraser's funny, and he's kind, and he's nice, and all the rest of them are, I'm sure, are very nice too, but Fraser's the only one, like, well, Becky, they're the only two I've talked to off the show. But, yeah, so I just wanted to say, if you guys ever see this, I'm sure you're not, it might just sit in my computer documents for the rest of my life, but if I do end up posting this and you guys somehow see it, that I thank you so much. Without you, I would have not had, you know, the strength to go on. You were something I could come home to every day and watch and be happy and just have some glimmer of hope. And I want to be, you know, where I am today, which I'm pretty happy with myself. I mean, I've lost a lot of weight. I have really great friends. I have, you know, a life that I can finally be proud of. And it all started with VGA in a weird way. And I thank you guys so much for that. Like, so much that I had these people who were close to me, and I genuinely care for you. And I know that sounds weird because I've never met you. And I hope and pray one day I'll get to go to a meetup. I always am thinking, like, please just let them come close to me. Let them come to a place where I can get to without having to spend like $1 gajillion and getting hotels and all this stuff. I'm like, just have them come into my front door, and that'd be great. We can all chill. I'm an idiot. But I guess that's it. So, Fraser, Becky, Ben, Kyle, Deacon, you guys are awesome. And I love you guys very much. And I hope one day I'll get to meet you all. And thank you for being there when people in my real life offline hurt. Bye-bye. Oh, that didn't stop it. Oh, that took a picture. Okay, bye.